Poquito a poquito, suave suavecito. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do later. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle with some of this filtered water. Like that, I don't have to be slurping out of my whatchamacallit, out of my Brita filtered bottle. That thing is a workout. Like these walls. These walls are like, I want to do something like this because it's like feels like it'll last forever. That's what I gotta start doing. Dear there, Rev. Thank you. I was talking to myself. I was just saying that I want to get some type of walls like this for my properties. I don't know what type of material this is. Might be wallpaper. They say wallpaper's coming back in style. I just want to build stuff in my properties that last long. And that's kind of why I've been looking for new carpenters because the guy that I was dealing with, he was like old school. Don't get me wrong, I like him, trustworthy, does pretty. His work is okay. He does good work. You know, nobody's a perfect carpenter. Um, but I just felt like he wanted to cut corners and he wasn't keeping up with the new, processes and techniques. Kind of feel a little bad because he's been kind of like reaching out to me. But I mean, he was the one who moved to Florida. He ended up moving to Florida, so I had no choice but to find new carpenters, And I went through the ringer. Obviously, I met some good ones, met some bad ones, got scammed. But there's just one guy that I'm gonna start dealing with. I just I don't know. I just want somebody who kind of gives me options and doesn't want to rush to get it done. Because that's what I feel like the other guy was doing. Like he wanted to get it done, and I get it. He probably had other work lined up, and people just want to. Perfect example. I wanted to put a hot water tank in my basement in my one apartment, and he wanted to put it on the second floor. And that's where it was originally. This was a while back. I don't know, 7 years ago. He was like, "Yeah, we'll just put it here. It's gonna be cheaper and easier anyway." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, now I regret it because I'm like, everything was gutted, everything was open, so it would have been a lot easier to put it in the basement. Now, of course, we got the floors, we got the drywall, we got all these obstacles now. So, um, I'm now I like, I regret it, and I wish he would have just did it, but it is what it is. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the tankless water heater. Um, it's gonna cost a lot up front, but it's gonna save me money in the long run. Plus, the hot water tank is in the apartment on the second floor in the kitchen. If that thing ever gets a leak or anything, that thing is gonna cause a lot of damage. If I get the tankless water heater, they barely have no water in them. So if they go bad, I think it makes sense. Like the traditional water heater you could put in the basement. If it ever leaks, it's in the basement. Long as it's not a finished basement, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. The lady's supposed to move out the end of November. She's been a tough cookie. I think she's the worst tenant I had so far. Um, she's playing a lot of games, ignoring me. Doesn't want to let me in the house to fix stuff. She's on Section 8. Basically, she gets her rent paid through like a voucher, and I they told me that they're not gonna pay the rent, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to get in there to fix the property. You know what I mean? Like that's not my fault. Yeah, she just needs to stop being so childish. I don't want to renew her lease, and it's not like I don't want to renew it. I mean, nobody wants to lose money, but I gotta do what I gotta do. What's up? Is that spicy? How you doing? think so, Rev? It's funny because I was just thinking about that. I was like, there's some Filipinos in the Philippines that they do good work. I've seen some of the work that they've been doing lately, and I was like, man, I might be able to, if I had a big enough project, you know what I mean? I bet you it'd be cheaper if I flew them in from the Philippines. I mean, it doesn't only have to be the Philippines. It could be, other countries where our money is is our money's stronger. So I was like, man, I could probably got the swimming pool. Man, I didn't bring my swimming trunks. I might have to go buy a pair. But anyway, I was like, man, I could probably fly them in. Just probably like two guys. Fly two guys in from, overseas, put them in a hotel or put them in like a friend or family's apartment, give them a few bucks, have them, remodel a whole house for me and then send them back home. They would probably like it. Like, man, they get to visit the States, they get to make money while they're here. So, I don't know. Anything's possible, you know what I mean? Wow, it's super hot in this pool, though. That means that water got to be nice and warm. Man, I should have brought my trunks. I don't want to buy another pair of swimming trunks, but I'm going to have to because the hotel is far. Definitely coming back in here later. I'll probably make a video. Give you some swimming lessons. It's like a sauna in there. Yeah, she was never in the basement, Rev. It was always on the second floor. And my uncle been owning that house for, I'm gonna go on the elevator. I might lose signal. Matter of fact, we could take the stairs, even though my legs feel kind of sore. Where is the stairs? Yeah, the hot water tank was always on the, I guess we'll go all the way down there. Yeah, the hot water tank was always on the second floor, and my uncle, has been there for decades. You know what I mean? Probably a century by now. Shit, those houses are old, but that doesn't mean it needs to stay there. I'll show you the video that I got, Rav. I watched it like 10 times. I made a video. I was gonna upload this video on YouTube, but I never did. I do that. I make a lot of videos. I never upload them. And I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just gonna start uploading more videos. Even if, sometimes I'll make a video and I'm like, oh, I don't like it, or I should have never said this, I should have never did that. I'm like, you know what? I just need to be myself. And who knows what, whoever don't want to watch my videos because of who I am, they just simply don't have to watch. As long as I got my few solid followers, that's all that matters. But anyway. Yeah, I just gotta find a carpenter or a plumber or whoever's gonna do this work. I'm gonna make it clear from them from the beginning. Like, listen, the purpose of installing, welcome in, Cairo. The purpose of installing this tank, this hot water tank, is to save as much space as possible. You know what I mean? Because I noticed water tanks are smaller, but when you add the plumbing and everything, somebody who's not going to be afraid or not lazy to, open the walls, put the pipes behind the walls. And again, I know it's gonna cost some money, but sometimes you got to spend money to make money. You know what I mean? It's gonna be pretty cool. And then another good thing is gonna be, I'm gonna have an extra hot water tank because that one still works. And I got obviously some more units. So whenever one of the tanks go bad, I'll have a backup. What's up, Fluff? Fluffy, stuffy, stuffy, fluffy. Man, the lights in here are kind of whack. Anyway, let me sit down. They only gave me the full-size beds. I didn't make my bed yet because I feel like relaxing. The first time I get a hotel room check out this bed frame. Would you guys put something like that in your house? What do you think? Not bed frame. What do you call that? The bed board. That's different. I like it. Kind of bright, but it almost makes you feel like you're sleeping in. It almost makes you feel like you're sleeping in the forest. What do you think, guys? You like that spicy? Maybe you could have you should tell Kevin to buy you one well like buy you one like that. No, never. Too bright for you, Rav? Just good for a hotel only, right? Oh, this I don't like. Look at the bread. Look at this bed blanket that I slept with this blanket last night, and I had to check my ass to make sure I wasn't bleeding. I was like, yo, I thought I was a female for a minute on her period or some shit. I'm like, yo, what the freak? Did I wake up a female on her period? Like literally, I slept with this blanket, and I'm gonna use the other blanket tonight. But I was like, man, something. I had to check myself and make sure I wasn't bleeding. I had to check all the hot spots. All right, I need something to put my phone. Why is this light so like not bright? Something's wrong with this light bulb, I think. I thought that free donut came out overnight. Yeah, I regretted eating that donut. It's not even central. Check before you sleep. Ain't nobody got time to check a bed every time before I go to sleep. Okay, well, let's not talk about what we should do because you don't want me to start telling you what you should be doing. There's a lot of things you should be doing, and there's a lot of things I should be doing. So let's not go down that road. Oh, yeah? I go on TikTok. TikTok is okay. Tranquilo, Fluffy, ya tú sabes. ¿Y qué? ¿Estás preparando los niños o tu hijo? That bed head isn't even central to the mattress. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's not, what do they call that? Flush. No doubt, Fluffy. Good to see you. I am in Pennsylvania. I had to think for a second. Sometimes I forget what states I'm in. Yeah, for sure, Rev. I think it would have looked better with a king size bed. I think that's what it was. I think originally they were designed for like a queen or a king, but then they ended up using, the full size bed, so it threw it off. Yeah, when I send you the video, Rev, you're gonna have to like pause it and rewind a little bit so you can see like where I want to put the hot water tank. And part of me felt like I should take some of the kitchen cabinets down and put the fridge on the other side of the wall, but I'm like, no, because the cabinets look nice. But yeah, I think it's gonna work up there. And then the stove, I'm gonna put the stove in the corner where the window's at, because then there'll be enough space to put a nice little table in the middle. Because right now the kitchen has like no space for a table. I'm gonna put a new floor. I might put a new floor in the bathroom too, because again, that carpenter that I was talking about likes putting cheap materials that don't last. That's another thing I don't like. He always wants to buy cheap material, but he wants to charge me, I don't want to say expensive, but not cheap, I guess. If it's not expensive and it's not cheap, I guess fair. Maybe a little bit above fair. But yeah, I got tired. I don't know. He was just dealing with him was easy. That's why I dealt with him with a lot. And don't get me wrong, like he saved me a lot of headaches, especially lately I've been trying to like find new people. People would come to my house, give me quotes. They never come back. They say they're coming, no call, no show. So he was responsible. He was professional. I call him, he gets it done. I give him my credit card. He saves my receipts. So there was a lot of benefits dealing with him. But, basically I was getting complacent and lazy. And, I felt like it was, not only costing me more money, but I was losing out on different ideas and opportunities. So, and another thing that I'm wondering is like, when I'm trying to find better prices, what do you think? This is a question for anybody listening. What do you think I should do? Should I be honest with these carpenters and say, hey, look, I'm looking for, quotes, because some of them don't like that. People, I don't know why. It's like they feel like you're just looking for the cheapest work. Not only, I mean, you don't just want the cheapest work, because the cheapest could mean, not quality. But at the same time, just because something is expensive doesn't mean it is quality. So you got to find that balance, I guess. But I don't know, like say for instance, because matter of fact, I got an electrician coming over today, and what do I tell him? Do I say, hey, I think I'm just gonna tell him, okay, I'll get back to you? Should I just say, hey, I need a few days to think about it? I think that's a good one. If I get a quote, I could just tell him, hey, okay, I need to let me digest it, or give me some time, or I'll get back to you. Instead of me saying, hey, I'm got another guy gonna give me a quote, I'll let you know. Because then you're making it clear that you're comparing his price to another price, or another one I had. I mean, I don't want to feel like I have to lie. You know what I mean? I don't really like lying. But I feel like I could tell them, hey, I'm waiting for the first of the month, my tenant to collect some rent. Yeah, true that, Rev. But I feel like if you're trying to build like a rapport with somebody, you know, um, they might feel. I mean, I think they should respect it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It might be. I think it could go one or two ways. I think they could say, it might help you get a better price because they know you're shopping around, or they might not make you a priority. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like if they don't make you a priority, they got 10 other jobs lined up. They could just kind of put you on the back burner. But another thing that I need to learn how to do is make contracts that have deadlines. And if they don't reach the deadlines, I get discounts. Let's say, for instance, a job is going to cost $5,000. In the contract, I could stipulate saying that, if not completed by, let's say, November 20th, if it's going to cost, $4,000 instead of $5,000. And if they sign it and agree to it, they got to get it done. I seen people do that. Because what these guys do is basically they get a deposit from a lot of different job workers, and then they do a little bit of work over here, a little bit of work over there, a little bit of work over there. And another tip to get around that is don't hire one man to like do all the work, because he's overwhelmed and then he got a whole bunch of other work. And not only that, you want to get somebody who's specifies or is a professional in different areas. So, hire an electrician, hire a plumber, hire an HVAC guy, hire somebody to do the drywall. It might seem like more headaches. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier just to hire one guy and say, hey, handle everything, because it's a lot of less headaches. But I think it just all boils down to how many crews they got, how busy they are, and if you're a priority. But I don't know. I think it might just be better to be honest. And if they can't respect you, just looking around and trying to compare rates and things of that nature, well, they just probably shouldn't be the guy you want to, work on your house. I agree with the deadline, but 1,000, no, maybe stipulate $100 to $250 a day after the deadline. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, that makes sense, because then that makes the perfect sense, because once they miss the deadline, they might see it like, well, I'm still gonna get 4,000 regardless. So I might as well take my time now. So if you're doing it daily, now they know every day that goes by is costing them more and more money. Yeah, that's a lot better. See, that's why it's good to talk about these things and get ideas. The one guy that I just hired to do my bathroom that I send you that you seen, Rev, he did a good job. He did a good job, but he doesn't know much English. I don't think. There was some miscommunication. He speaks Spanish. My Spanish is okay, but um, that was part of the reason I don't want to. I was still gonna give him a chance, but then I tried to hire him to do some smaller jobs. He said yeah to three different. Basically, I told him to put a new toilet. He said yeah. He never did it. I told him to fix the drywall behind the sink. He said yeah. He never did it. I told him to put a outlet for the new washer that I put in my other apartment. He said, yeah, he never did it. And then I told him I needed a railing for the back deck because my tenant fell and she's asking for a railing. He said, yeah, he never did it. So that's four things that he was supposed to do that he didn't. I mean, one of them kind of makes sense that he didn't, and that was the toilet because he knows I got to fix the floor anyway. So I'll call it three, but he didn't explain it. And I don't think that's cool, Like, I feel like he wanted to do the shower because that was like a bigger job and more money. But, you got to fix my little problems too. Like, you can't. But at the same time, that's why you need like handymen to hire. Now I learned to have handymen for smaller jobs and then, contractors for bigger jobs. It ain't easy. It's helping me with my patience. I'm learning, trying to, it's just, I was blown away by how many of these people were just not giving me quotes and not showing up. But something I just guess that's just I don't know. And then when I find somebody who's ready to do the work, I hurry up and just like hire them because I feel like everybody else is playing games. And that's what happened to me. I had another guy that was going to give me a quote. And I canceled him. I was like, you know what? I found somebody who's ready to do it now. And since he was motivated, it motivated me. But I feel like I should have got quotes and been a little bit more patient because then I could have, compared prices. But that's why I went with this guy because there was a miscommunication. I told him to do the new shower and the floor. I asked him how much it was going to be. He said $5,000. So I'm like, I knew that price sounded good because I asked the other guy more or less how much it was going to be. And he said it was going to be about $5,000. But that was before I explained that I wanted to make the shower wider because I made the shower maybe like 6 inches wider. So basically, one guy, they both said around $5,000. But the one guy said that with that price, basically the one guy said 3,500, but if you want him, if he said 3,500, if you leave the shower the way it is, the same width, he said it's going to be 5,000 if you want to make it wider because obviously he got to do more framing, he got to. It's bigger, bigger costs more money. So he was going to put more framing and change the plumbing and do all that. So I was like, okay, the other guy said 5,000, so that means he's gonna want more, So in my mind, I'm like, maybe he'll charge 6 compared to 5. But then this guy, there was miscommunication. The guy thought I was talking about just the shower alone. He didn't know I said the floor too. I was pissed because he already started knocking it down. Part of me was feeling like maybe he did that on purpose, but I don't think he did. Again, it's just miscommunication because he was talking in Spanish and I was texting in English. I think he was using a translator, but then I started using voice command because I could talk in Spanish better than I could write it. So I don't really know how to text too good in Spanish, but then I started using the voice command, leaving him voice messages, and then our communication got better like that. So then I asked him, I was like, how much are you going to charge me to do the floor? It's a pretty big bathroom. He was like, oh, I could do the floor for 1,500, and that sounded fair for the labor. So I'm wondering maybe he gave me a fair, good price because, there was some miscommunication. Workers work at the end of the day, regardless of the job size of money. Yeah, seems like all jobs in the U.S. start off at 5K. Just realized the stream is off. Can you put a tank top on, please? What do you mean it's off? Oh, like it's different? Yeah, it's getting cold now, bro. It's funny because I drive with my, I still like driving with my tank tops because I just like being comfortable and I like letting my skin breathe. We weren't designed to wear clothes all the time. But like it's hard. Like I be driving for hours. You know that obviously. So I try to find like the perfect temperature to put my thermostat on in the truck. So I'll put it like warm 1 or 2 notches, and then it gets too hot, and then I turn it down, and then it gets too cold. So then I'll like hire the blower, and then I try to find like the sweet spot, and it's not easy. So I'm like, man, I guess I got to start wearing a t-shirt with the shorts, and then that helped a little bit. But then I start feeling like my armpits are sweating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've been doing good with the workout. So I'm proud of myself. I'm not as diesel as as PMC yet, but I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, PMC? How you doing? Good morning. Yeah, I was just in the gym and all that. That's a different looking. I don't know. What do you guys call that? Just some type of decoration? It almost looks like it kind of what that looks like to me. It looks like one of those sleds, or not a sled. What do they call those sleds that you go tobogganing or something like that? Like one of those, like the Native Americans, the ones like the dog sled or something. It's pretty cool. That's good, PMC. Yeah, I caught you at the end of your live stream. You said Angie. I watched Andy's short live stream, and she didn't show her face. I don't know where y'all seen. She said she was talking or something. Wonder when she's gonna go live again. Tobogganing or waterlogging. Yeah, that reminds me of my Uncle Victor, man. Rest in peace. I think I told y'all this story before, but my aunt was married to a guy named Victor, and they were together since they were teenagers, and then they ended up getting divorced later down the road. But it's crazy because he wasn't my blood uncle; he was uncle through marriage, and even when he was separated from my aunt, I still consider him my uncle. I got like the best memories with him, man. Like out of all my uncles, and I got a lot of uncles. I got man. My great grandmother had 6 sons and 6 daughters, and second uncles, and all. I got a big family. So anyway, yeah, it's just crazy how like I got more memories with my non-blood uncle than my blood uncles. And that people could relate, right? It's kind of like people got stepfathers. There's a lot of kids out here who were raised by stepfathers or stuff, on rarer occasions, stepmothers that got more memories. That's kind of like it's like good and bad, It's good for the kids that they got somebody stepping up to the plate, but I don't know. I mean, my kids, I guess, got a stepdad, their mom is been with other men, but you know what? To be honest, though, I feel like a stepdad could actually help the biological father do better. I don't know if that sounds weird, but if a father sees a stepdad like doing things with the kids, it might try to motivate him to do even more, so that could benefit the kid. But I don't know if that makes sense. Guess it makes sense to me. Oh, that's cool, PMC. Oh, so your live streams are basically kind of on the weekends, like almost guaranteed, and then sometimes through the weekday. I was just thinking about that yesterday, to be honest. That looks like military badges they have on the suit. Yeah, I can see that, Rev. We all see different things, right? That's how it is. That's how it is now. That's how it'll always be. I never change. This is always me. Never, ever, ever, ever. Okay, that was a lot of talking, guys. You know me. Once I get going, whew, but at least there's only a few people chatting. That's like a good and bad thing. Everything is good and bad, right? I like it when there's a handful of people and I could kind of bounce back and forth with them. Well, I know one thing. I'm gonna eat an early breakfast today. I stopped eating breakfast. Well, my new thing been, I've been skipping breakfast and eating at noon basically, and it's been helping with my diet, giving my stomach a break, kind of like fasting. And I've been doing this for a couple months already. But now that I'm in the hotel, breakfast I believe is from 6 to 10, so I'm kind of like forced to eat. I'm gonna go down there at 9:30. Part of me is like, you know what? I can make a couple plates and save them to noon, then eat. But then I gotta, well, there is a microwave in here. But, I prefer to eat it fresh. It's bad enough. Like Rav says, those are powdered eggs. So you definitely don't want to warm up no powdered eggs in the microwave. So I guess I got an official excuse to eat. Angie, I was just talking about you. That's crazy. I guess I got an official excuse to eat early. You know what I mean? Like I don't want, I want to eat it fresh and I got to save some money. I might be in the hotel for 2 or 3 days. But the good news is there's a Walmart close by and I got my conventional oven. You know me because I brought some chicken and, I be trying to cook, save some money. I went out to eat dinner last night. I should have probably made a video. It was a good restaurant. It was like a steakhouse. Got some grilled chicken with some cheddar cheese and some mushrooms on top. Usually they put bacon. I tell them no bacon. I don't eat pork. Um, I got a side of some green beans. It was green beans, and then there was white green beans, and then some mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was popping. Best mac and cheese I had in a while. What I liked about it was the noodles were nice and like hard. Not hard, but what's the name for that? There's a name when you make pasta when it's not. That's on the tip of my tongue. Angie probably knows what I'm talking about. She be cooking a lot. What's the name when you make tortellini? There's a name like if you want the pasta like not too soft, but obviously not raw. Whatever. All right, let me catch up. You know the stories about the Martinez family, Sangueros, bro. No, man, but I still gotta watch. I got the screenshot of what you told me to watch. I gotta check that one out. PMC. I'll go live when you come back, Rav. Winter's coming. Time to grow that hair again. Who's growing the hair? You ever eat cheese fondue, bro? No, but I remember you and Cairo were talking about that. I think you heard live stream before. Nah, I wasn't saying nothing bad. I was just like, yo, curious about like when you're going live and stuff like that. Yeah, I like Cracker Barrel. That's one of my spots. I don't go there as much as I want to. Some people say it's racist because of the name. I'd be like, bro, that has nothing to do with it. I be tripping. Oh, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. El Dante. Yeah, exactly. Fluffy, that won't happen. Don't do that. No, so that's how I like my noodles, though. Oh, I had a lot of hair last winter. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that, man, because it's just so much easier. I cut my own hair. I just go to the bathroom, cut it all off. It's just like I don't know. I might. It does help keep warm. That's a fact. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Okay. Oh, mushrooms. That's what I was gonna say. I'm thinking about buying mushrooms and freezing them. I never done that yet, but I'm pretty sure you can because like mushrooms go bad fast, and I know like all these restaurants and pizzerias like there's no way they buying boxes of mushrooms and keeping them fresh that long. Yeah, I don't like buying mushrooms that much because they go bad so quick. So now I try to like order mushrooms when I go to restaurants. Like I go to Mexican restaurants, pizzeria, or some people got them, some people don't. Yeah, I could eat all veggies on pizza, but the problem with veggies on pizza is sometimes it makes the dough soggy. So if you're gonna get like New York style pizza, I guess it all depends on the pizzeria. I think I know what some of these pizzerias are doing wrong though. Man, it depends what Saboro, man, because the ones out here, man, they be hit or miss. The one in Buffalo is always good. That's what I thought, Angie. I think I know what these pizzerias are doing wrong, though. I think when they're getting the veggies for their pizzas, whether it's mushrooms or bell peppers or whatever, one, they're probably putting too much, or two, they might be getting some of the water, and then like all that juice is like getting the bottom of the pizza soggy. That happened to me last time I bought pizza. But like in Buffalo, we got thick pizza. You know what I mean? It's not like the Chicago, like that super thick, but it's not like thin New York. I mean, we got New York style pizza in Buffalo too, but like I guess the more traditional pizza in Buffalo is kind of just like a medium thickness. And yeah, I hate when they that shit ends up making the pizza soggy. There's this pizzeria called La Nova's. I noticed that like when I go to their pizzeria and I buy their slices from like their counter that they're selling that got veggies on it, it's always like really good, as long as it's fresh. But when I would order it delivered to my house, they put it in a box with all that veggies and all that like it kind of like sweats, not sweats, but condensation or whatever it is. It ends up making like the pizza soggy. You know what I'm saying? It's all the science, bro. Oh, you don't think so? All right, take it out. Take it easy, PMC. I mean, Fluffy. That's funny. I thought PMC. I said PMC was leaving too. Boy. Anyways, yeah, good seeing you, Fluffy. Appreciate you always, man. Tell Lefty I said what's up. Tiffany too. Even though I always see Tiffany at PMC's. You're gonna make enchiladas or you're buying them? I think I'm gonna make some chicken that I got for dinner. I'm gonna eat my lunch, brunch, I guess, in a couple hours downstairs. It's crazy, bro. I haven't had breakfast in a couple months, and I kind of don't want to throw my diet off. You know what I mean? Like breakfast is good for you. I know it's healthy and most important meal of the day, but I guess whatever. I already talked about that. Damn, PMC, that sounds interesting and like that's good though, man. You take your time and make real food, man. That's how it should be. A lot of people don't feel like they have time to cook anymore because of social media. Everybody's always in a rush and not focusing on the simple things like cooking, family, health. stopping us from getting good sleep. No doubt, PMC. The real deal, Holyfield. I do OMAD. I don't know what that is. OMAD. You get used to one meal a day plus coffee. Yeah, diets and exercise. It's not really a topic I like talking about too much because everybody's different. Um, Everybody's body's different. Different foods affect different people's systems different. Um, some people burn more calories than others. Exactly, PMC. Like if you're doing exercise, you simply could eat more than than another person. You just got to do what works for you. Basically, that's what it boils down to. What works for you might not work for me, and I know it's like. I'm not saying anybody here, trying to sound like a certain way, but you know, some things just don't work for certain people. You know what I mean? Long as it's working for you, just do what it do, and you could just take a mixture of what come up with your own sauce. Some people eat early, some people eat late, some people eat four small meals, some people eat one big meal, some people run, some people jog, some people swim, some people do all of the above, some people alternate, some people try different diets. Some people say fruit is good for you. Some people say it's not good for you. Obviously, too much fruit is not good for you. I even heard somebody say too much veggies is not good for you. I only heard one person say that, but just to point out, like, people just have all these different beliefs, and it's like different things work for different people. We all have different DNA and different diets and different genetics. You know what I mean? All of that has a factor. Like it's a proven fact too, I believe. Like I ain't no expert at none of this, but now they got like these I seen it on TV a while back. They got like these dietitians or whatever that like, test out your blood and test out like what type of whatever type of genetics you got and what type of foods. I guess what they might be doing is they giving people certain type of foods and different foods are going to spike your blood different. You know what I mean? Like you might eat some strawberries and it might, spike your blood, higher than it would to me. So I think what they do is like, they're testing different people for different foods and then they find out what works best for your body and then like people pay for that. But that's a lot of money to pay for professionals to do all that. Yeah, I like cooking too. Boxing shape, that's what's up. PMC accurate mix of workout routines to keep it fit. Cardio, calisthenics, and CrossFit. 1 hour in the morning. For sure, PMC. You got adrenaline. That's what it's all about. That's what I want to get more adrenaline. I got to start running more because ain't no. It's pointless to be diesel. Like if you're diesel and you don't have like adrenaline, like and if you try to fight somebody who has a that might not be as diesel as you, but they got adrenaline, all they got to do is I mean, the diesel guy, you just can't let the diesel guy grab you because if he grabs you, it might be a wrap. But, long as you could just make, burn them out, you're going to win. Kind of like boxing. Yeah, that's what my dad needs to do, start swimming. He said he was, but I don't put no pressure on him. He's a grown man. If he wants to do it, he's going to do it. I remember learning from one of my guys at a trainer at a gym out here lifting weights is good to build muscle, but you're only building a one portion of your body and nothing else. No doubt. It's better than nothing though, PMC. Like my workouts are real basic. I do curls, I do push-ups, I do squats. I do like the leg star jumps or and jumping jacks. I do I lift my legs up and down, whatever you call those. I mean, At least I'm working on different, body parts. I know y'all heard me say this a bunch of times, but it's my shoulders. They've been doing a lot better lately. I'm so thankful, but they always slow me down, man. For real, for real. But when if I don't want to jinx it, but if that pain ever comes back in my shoulder, that shouldn't be an excuse not to do like my stomachs or legs, um, back exercise. The problem with your shoulder is though, like there's a lot of exercises that if you try to do anything like in your upper body, you're gonna have to use your shoulders, so it slows you down. But I could still be doing like if I got pains in my shoulders, like running, it doesn't affect it. You know what I mean? Sit ups, squats, jumping jacks. To be honest, though, I'll do jumping jacks without lifting my arms sometimes because, like I said, just that movement from going up and down, I'll just like hold my arms like regular, like down, and I'll do like just jumping jacks with my legs. Yeah, those bikes are nice. Less impact too on your knees. I did my little workout this morning. Matter of fact, I'm gonna upload the video later. I was just in the gym downstairs. I started the beginning of this live stream in the gym too. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. Sometimes I skip a day. Definitely don't want to skip. I think once you skip 2 days in a row, you're in trouble. You go work out 2, 3 days in a row, maybe 2 days, take a day off, 2 days, take a day off, or 3 or 4 days, take a day off. Once you take 2 days off in a row, it's almost like you lose your luster or something. The treadmill, yeah, treadmills are cool. I think outside is better though. Running, outside, you got different elements and different inclines. Even though the treadmill's got the incline and decline, but outside is, I don't know, you got a lot more like turns and just gonna work. It's gonna work out a lot more muscles. 3 years, that's crazy. What's up, Ross? How you doing, bro? What's up with those M&Ms, man? Those YouTube M&Ms, where they at? How did you get those? That inspired me to make more videos, Ross. I made a video and I mentioned you and those YouTube videos in the video, but I don't think I never uploaded it. I gotta stop doing that, guys. I make a lot of videos. Basically, in the video, I was like, shout out. This is what I said, Ross. I don't know if I'm gonna upload it, but I was like, shout out to Ross Romes. I just seen his YouTube video about the M&Ms, and that motivated me to make more videos because it did, man. It gave me like this boost, like because I've been slacking. I'm making videos, going live, and I was like, man, it's like it kind of motivated me. Yeah, that was pretty cool. How did you? It's like a random select, or did you have to get like so many views or be consistent? I would imagine you're consistent, so they help. They're gonna look out. Random, oh, because YouTube is it's a business partnership. You know what I'm saying? If you make more money, they make more money, basically. Oh, you don't upload as much as you used to. You used to upload a lot of videos. Me too. We all go through those. I think we all go through those, phases, I guess. Yeah, I know it doesn't pay much, but hey, if I can make $50, $100 a month on YouTube, I'm happy with that. And it's not just about the money. Like, right? I get to communicate with you guys. I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people, we talk about this a lot, but met some good people on here, met some shady people on here. I'd be sounding like a broken record sometimes. But one thing I learned, one thing I like that YouTube taught me, what's up, Redhead? Sonia in the house. Um, One thing that YouTube taught me is, and I appreciate it, is there's shady people in every country. Because me being an American, I used to always feel like, or I didn't really communicate with other people in other countries. So I started like, meeting people from other countries on YouTube. And I used to think like, oh, these people are always nice and kind and sweet and they're different. But as years went by and I started learning more about people from other countries, I started to learn that, you know, basically every country, and I know this is not a secret, but every shady got every country got their shady people and their nice people. You know what I'm saying? I just think we win when it not we I just think we win when it comes to like we're just the champions of. I remember saying something like that in the chat room one day. I think it was this lady from where she was from. She was from I think Australia. Yeah, she's from Australia because I remember showing her the video from the Outback and showing her the blooming onions. And I was like, yeah, is the blooming onions like is that famous in Australia? And she was like, no, we don't even eat that over here. And I'm like, yo, it's crazy because if you watch the Outback commercials in the USA, they talk with like the Australian accent and try to make it sound like Australian. And she's like, yo, we don't even have the Outback in Australia. I'm like, yo, these restaurants are smart, yo. They know how to manipulate people to spend money and make it feel like you're getting authentic, whatever, but foreign food. But anyway, so I forgot the point I was trying to make. Shit. Something about that girl. Oh, I remember I was in the chat room and I said she was leaving. I was like, no, don't leave me here with all these shady Americans. And I had this American dude say, I said mean, I think. I said, don't leave me here with all the mean Americans. And the one guy was like, we're not mean, we're just straightforward. Something like, I think that's what he said. I was like, oh, is that what you call it? And, we just left it at that. I don't do the drama. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I was just trying to, you know, I try to be nice with everybody, and that's a double-edged sword. What isn't a double-edged sword? Anybody ever heard of Sophie's Choice? I just learned that today. Sophie's Choice is kind of like a catch-22. Like you end up in a dilemma. Like you got like two hard, I think like an ultimatum, right? That's kind of like the same thing. Like you have like two hard decisions. Like both of them, damn if I do, damn if I don't. Like PMC was saying last time. So you got to make a choice, and the outcome of both of them is kind of bad. I don't know if you ever heard of Sophie's Choice. You ever heard that one, PMC? I know PMC heard everything. Yeah, let me open this. Let me open this. I need some natural sun up in here. Why is it so dark in here? Why did you say something? Not the best view, but it's okay. It's okay. Another Quaalude, she loved me in the morning. Okay, let me catch up. Us Scots are nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of nice Scottish people, but like I said, there's mean people everywhere. Got Scotland guys are skirts. Because they wear skirts, or is that the Ireland? What country still wears skirts? I think the Irish people, right? They got the men wearing skirts. Well, Americans are wearing skirts, and even the rappers are, but that's an agenda that, it's crazy. Let me catch up before I go down another rabbit hole. Hold up. Easy access to the goods, reds. Take a concept, subtract the truth, and you don't gotta persuade who else they believe because it's easy to sell anything. And I agree. Yes, I have, bro. I figured PMC. Scotland skirts are called kilts. Nice. He means kilts. They are Scottish. Skirts. Yeah, I was watching. I know PMC, you said you don't care for Candace Owens too much, but I like Candace Owens. You know what I mean? To each his own. And she was making a video. Rest in peace to Tupac. I'm not saying I agree with her. I don't agree with everything she says. You can't agree with everything anybody says. But again, I like Candace Owens. But anyway, she made a video. I like her too. Yeah, that's what's up, Angie. We don't need PMC to like her. As long as we like her, that's all that matters. I'm just playing PMC. You know I love you, bro. So anyway, she made a video. I don't know if you've seen this one, Angie. She was on Tupac's ass lately, and she was like showing like earlier videos of Tupac, and before Tupac like blew up, and he was like making his interviews, and she was saying that he was like acting like feminine, and the way he was talking with all his hands. I mean, I use my hands a lot, but I think all of us use our hands when we talk, but especially Latinos, like I think we're known for that. So anyway, she was like, the video was about two. Oh, you saw that one, Angie? So you know what I'm talking about. I don't, like I said, I don't say I agree with it. I don't say I don't disagree with it. But I think she could be kind of a little too. I think she's too much of a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Some of these people go too far with their conspiracy theories. And don't get me wrong, I know some of them are conspiracy theories, and some of them, things don't be adding up. Hold up, it's getting cold in here. I know, like the Twin Towers, and there's a whole bunch of them, maybe UFOs, just to name a few bigger ones. You got the bridge that got taken down in Baltimore. You got forest fires. I mean, there could be conspiracy. You can make a conspiracy theory out of any of these situations. So I think Candace Owens is a little too deep when it comes to conspiracy theories. I notice it's like that. I feel like most, and I'm not trying to. I don't like saying this because I think we're all intelligent in our own way, but I notice it's always like the people who are like the, I guess, advanced people who are usually the deeper into the conspiracies. You know what I'm saying? And again, everything is a double-edged sword, but I think she overdoes it. So anyway, her point, I guess the point that she was trying to make is like they kind of like mold, like the government or the matrix or whatever you want to call it. They have these agendas. You know what I mean? A lot of like secret, hidden agendas that most people don't realize and see. So I think what she was trying to say about Tupac is like, they basically molded him to like have like this. They like turned him. He was one way and they made him another way because their goal was to like make it okay to make certain type of people be feminine and gay. And it's just like, it's crazy because when you start connecting all the dots, it makes sense, but it's just not black and white. That's the problem with conspiracies, right? There's a lot of gray areas, and there's a lot of like debates and things like that. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm getting off on some tangents over here. Let me catch up. I'm about to end soon here anyway. I agree with nobody. I like to listen to all sides, then make my own mind up. No doubt, redhead. Everyone got to pass. That's all I would say to Candace Owens. No doubt. I don't pick sides with people on the meal. Yeah, I like that one, PMC. That one's sticking. You could debate them all day. I bet you can, Angie. I be seeing you in PMC chatting it up over there. Yeah, get pretty deep. I always say, bro, I don't have a problem with her. I have an issue with what she's a symptom of, and communicating to you and framing her outline. That's my issue. I do not know her personally to dislike. No doubt, PMC. Maybe I worded it wrong. I don't remember exactly what you said, but I remember I mentioned her in your live stream, and you said, I forgot exactly how you worded it. I didn't mean like you don't like her as a person, because you hit it right on the nail. And that reminds me of like when you talk about artists, like I heard you talk about like, rappers and singers or whatever, famous people, actors. We don't really know them, right? We're just judging most people, even like us on YouTube. Like at the end of the day, we really don't know each other. Like we see each other's good side most of the time, but it's easy to act like a certain way on camera, and then when the camera's off, we could do a 180. And I'm guilty of that. Like I tell people, I could be an asshole, I could be mean, like I don't sugarcoat nothing. Like I keep it a buck, and I like being honest because I be wanting people's like opinion, and I be wanting, and I know such like PMC will say I be saying too much sometimes, but sometimes I be wanting like opinions and help and advice on like things that I'm going through, whether that be with family, work or whatever things that whatever it may be. But damn, I forgot the point I was trying to make again. It has something to do with people. Yeah. Yeah, we all got an ugly side. I think we all, you know, most of the time we don't see each other's bad side on here, but we all got one. We all got a dark side. We all got, you know, we're humans though. That's normal. You know what I mean? It's all about how we control it and how bad is your bad side. As long as are you the type to lunge at people, disrespect people, you know what I mean, pass the line? Not me. I'm the type to be honest, if I got an issue, and I think y'all know that by now, if I got an issue with somebody, I just stay away. Not only on YouTube, I'm like that in real life too. Like I don't like drama. I don't like fighting. That was never my thing. You know what I mean? I just try to stay away. But sometimes, like with me, I let the people get away with a lot. But when it comes to my family, that's when it becomes a problem because that's how I was raised. You know what I mean? Like our family, like you don't mess with family. But that's hard because sometimes your family is wrong, and then it's like and as I get older, I'm like I started to realize the big picture. I'm like, yo, I can't keep putting my life in jeopardy because of nonsense. So that's why another reason why I love trucking, man, because trucking just gets me away from all of it. And I'm not trying to bash my family. I know I feel bad. My family is doing good, and I love my family, and they raised me well, and they always took care of me, and I don't want to feel like if I don't need them no more, I should bash them. You know what I mean? But um, they just some of them are just too grown. You know what I mean? Some of them just don't grow up. Friends too. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're in your 40s, 50s, even 60s, still acting like you're a gangster or being a certain way. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop this. I'm gonna catch up and then I'm gonna end, guys. Trey and PMC are one and the same. The moniker just doesn't define me. That reminds me of Eminem and Slim Shady. So PMC would be the Slim Shady and Trey would be the Eminem. No, Trey would be the Marshall Mathers and PMC's would be the Slim Shady. I think I got that right. No disrespect, PMC. Absolutely, everyone has two sides. Look for the people who learn to control both sides. Most can't control their emotions. Yes, I have a family member. I'm not gonna say who, but this person is bad. This person, like, I love the death, but this person be like can't control their emotions. I don't want to give too much detail because I don't want to make it so obvious because this person might be watching and might watch the replay, but you hit it like yeah, like that's what it all boils down to. Like I like to say, we all have these thoughts and we all have these things run through our mind, but that doesn't mean we let it out and we show it. Like sometimes you gotta fight it. It's almost like jealousy, right? We all get jealous, but some of us just let the jealousy take control. What about that girl that just took her lady back over the border to Mexico? That shit is crazy. I mentioned jealousy and it made me think of that real quick. That's why my latest quote, bro, was outside peaceful, inside power, keg, because like brother lefty sometimes mother efforts make it hard to be humble for real, no doubt. I always try to treat everyone with kindness, sometimes to my own detriment, but it's all good. That's just like, yeah, some of us are just naturally nice people and we get, you know, either taken advantage of or, um, you know, our kindness gets taken for weakness. Per geek, per street equals me. I agree. I got to get back to work. Stay safe and blessed. Take care. I'm about to end. Stay wavy. Peace to the chat. Take care, peace. Have an amazing. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all maybe tomorrow, possibly later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Too much talking. Not enough walking. Peace.